Okay, who's running the meeting?
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Sorry.
Should we do the Pledge of Allegiance? Oh,
Got a call, yeah.
oh,
You have your agenda?
no, we don't.
Yes.
I don't.
Oh, no, I don't. I had,
Here, you can use mine.
we have one right. No, he doesn't have one. Okay, yeah, just,
Forgive us, we're new.
Have one.
Yeah, I got it.
we'd like to call this meeting to order.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Roll call.
No, we're gonna do the pledge of allegiance
First, okay. Pledge of allegiance, please.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is T, roll.
Roll.
Do you do? Yeah.
Yeah. Committee member Corsoletti. Here. Committee member Dutchke. Present. Committee member Lincoln. Here. Committee member Don Vicari
Here.
and committee member Lisa Vicari.
Here.
Did we get an approval of the agenda?
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All public comment. Items not.
Public comment, any items that aren't on the agenda, I'm sorry.
Just letting you, I'm glad to see all of you there. Thank you.
We're glad to see you too.
Yes, thanks, Larry.
Okay, now you need to know, for the agenda, the first item is gonna be the election of sheriff.
The first item is the what?
Election of.
I'm sorry, I should have put my glasses on.
Election of a chairman.
Okay, election of a chairman.
Okay.
Have my glass.
Well, I nominate Lisa Vicari for chairman.
I second that.
Okay, perfect.
Third it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Have it?
Thank you.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh,
I thought you were gonna be the chairman. And we were all the mayors. Oh, yeah.
Changing it.
Cheese.
All right.
so do you want to do vice chairman?
Oh, I don't care. It doesn't
I mean-
matter to me.
Oh, and the vice chair, so can't make.
Okay, I don't want to be. I was at the last time, so I've already had my time. So anyone else want to, would like to be vice chairman? I nominate Cindy for vice chairman.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Chairs.
There. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. We're going to, let's see. Update on amendment to the current fish and game permit. So the update is we have things going on in the creek right now. I just spoke with Kenny and they're going to they started at the dairy hole and went down, and now they're going to come in at the 5 Mile Bridge and start up and head up the creek. And yesterday we got a hold of Zach Kern from Fish and Wildlife, and we were excited to tell him that we were back on the creek committee. And so he asked to have a Zoom meeting with us so he could introduce the new lady taking his place. Her name is Haley. You don't have her name. Oh, Donaldson. Really nice lady. And they want to come to the creek next Thursday. They're planning on coming up at 10 o'clock to walk the creek, anyone that wants to be there. And we're going to try to get another amendment so we can remove all the trees that have fallen in the really big ones. And there's one up above Larry and Betty up by Gary. Is it Gary? A huge tree, but which I thought we could already do it on our amendment, but actually we don't have permission for that. So they are going to try to fast track it so we can do it this summer, because apparently we're going to have a pretty bad winter. That's the prediction. So.
And Lisa, that was one of mine, because have you noticed if you drove over the bridge at 5 Mile, there's a tree, it's as tall as the bridge, right in the middle.
Yes, we
And
saw
that's when I
that.
was reading this, I was thinking we need to figure out how we can address that.
Yes. And when they come next week, they're going to see all that and make notes and then help amend our permit.
Okay, thank you. Great. That'll be perfect.
And then also our permit expires in April. And so we need to do an extension before then. And we'll get it for another 5 years.
And they said to do it probably by February, because if we did it now, then we'd get really 4 years or 8 months or whatever. And there's no hurry on that. But yeah, and then being on the Zoom, we weren't presumptuous thinking, well, like, where's the rest? But because Lisa had a really good working relationship with Zach, she just wanted to let him know that she's back on the committee. So, and then we met Haley, and then their boss, Dylan Wood, I think his name, he's also coming up. And so, yeah, it's great to have them on our side. And we talked about, the creek and the big oak trees down a little farther, Sam McCarthy there, the old Scully mansion. There's an oak tree. It's probably the biggest in California around, a white oak. I've never seen one that big. I mean, it puts that one on by the 5 Mile bridge there to shame. So, but underneath it, it goes back about 20 feet and probably 15 feet down is where the creek, the waters eroded it. And it's a deep hole there, a deep pond. So they seemed interested in saving these native oak trees and things. So anyway, so we're all, if we can work around work schedules and things, try to be there this coming next Thursday at 10 o'clock. And then we're going to walk the creek and we can point out, and I took some pictures. Lisa and I walked, and there's a lot of pictures, but we'll go through them real fast. But
Yeah.
there's some things. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Should I do that? Okay. So this one, we all know where the dairy hole is, right? Kind of. These Ionians do. So this is looking up toward Lundgren's Pond or toward Gary Thomas. So that would be what? East. Anyway, you can see there's a huge tree there. So, okay, you can go again. Yeah. Well, there's a dairy hole. So, and I'm going to tell if there's any water next week, that as a kid, we used to transfer the fish from there up to the Lundgren's Pond to save them. So we're kind of conservationists and, Okay, next. Yeah, so, okay, do the next one then. Okay, right there. So that shows right in the center there, there's a huge log there, but you can see how all the debris and rock has built up. So it split the creek in half. So it's out of its natural channel.
Yeah, no, I can see.
And this is what we hope to maybe remove, because all that's going to come back down the creek, and cause issues. So that's a separate amendment, and they'll tell us how to do that, but they seem like they would go for that. So while the creek's dry, we could have someone come in and remove that. Anyway, so that's just one example, but that's what's happening even worse down the creek where the homeowners are. tearing the banks apart. So, okay, next. Okay, so that's a close-up of it. So that doesn't even belong there. And you can see how long that's been there. So all that rock and crap, when we get big storms, it just washes down and tears everything up. So, okay, next. That's another view. Actually a better one, but okay, that's fine. There's a dairy hole, but see, things like that stump, we have to have those removed, not, so, but we have to have permission, to do that. So. Yeah, yeah. He's traveling. Yep. Okay, next. All right. And see that looks pretty good. That's by you guys, Larry and Betty. Okay, keep going. Okay, this is right after Violet Lane. So walking down that way, I believe. Okay, next. Okay, so here's an example, tree, a branch, that's a willow that fell over. It just needs to be cut, but still that could cause problems. It will cause problems. Okay, next. And you can just, Janice, you can just keep going. Just, yeah, see, yeah, right there. You can see all that growth and everything in the creek. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of scary walking down there now because I don't know if a mountain lion's chilling there or,
Yeah.
but
Sincerely.
yeah, and see that's an example. Okay, Nick, you can keep going. That's down there too. That's probably behind that, what's the development on the right past,
Manor?
on West Marlette? Yeah, past like where Castino lives. And
Spring Creek.
Andy, Spring Creek. That's yeah. Okay, and that's just, it looks good there actually, but
Yeah, it does.
okay, next. Okay, keep going. Okay, now this is growing up, we used to call it the turn, and it was a little swimming hole you could swim in down there. But okay, do the next one. I think I have another. Okay, so it's built up so much that the creek's over on the bank on that side, and that's on the Castle Oaks side. Not to Castle Oaks yet, but so, and all that built up, I want to show them and ask if we can remove that and put the creek back in its channel because it's tearing up the banks and everything, like exactly why you're here. Okay, next. And that's the example. So that's where the creek goes. It's right against the bank. So obviously that bank's washing away. Okay. I don't know. I think I saw a turtle. I tried to get a picture. Okay, next. That's a nice one. Okay, next.
You took it so you know where.
I know where it stopped. Okay. Now here's where we went in halfway down, where the last time I think they cleaned was, where Lou went in and did that rip wrap that time. So it's halfway down Marlette. And that's looking back east at that up toward Ione. Okay. That's another one. So they'd actually had cleaned that 1 year, but it's been a few years. And then as you get up, you see it narrows and you see the bank on the side. So a lot of issues. Okay, next. Next. Now someone takes care of their own there. I don't know if they water because the grass is green, but
Me?
huh?
That's you.
Me.
Is it?
No, and I don't water, but that's me. I
Yeah.
keep that clean. That's where one of the storm drains are at that.
Exactly. Yeah. No, that's beautiful. And I told Lisa, I said, that's how I'd have it if I,
Yeah, no,
There.
it's taken me 5 years to do that.
Wow.
Awesome.
Mess when she moved. in.
Okay, next, I think there's a storm drain right there.
Yeah, that's.
And you see that needs a little help too, because it,
So Shay wants to
Yeah,
talk.
so that storm drain has actually been put in, when I say upside down, the storm drain itself isn't upside down.
Hey, Shay, speak into the microphone because people are online.
So that storm drain was built or dug in 17 feet deep. They read the plans incorrectly. It should be up. So right now, that storm drain relieves Spring Creek. And as soon as the water gets up to where that storm drain's at, it doesn't work anymore. So it's just backflowing. So I try to keep it clean, but for what purpose at this point? It's never been maintained.
Okay. Well, that's part of our duties as well. Yeah, all the, right, Mr. Mayor? All the storm drains and everything that go into the creek is part of
Yes,
our,
exactly. Yes.
agenda. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's looking up farther. Next. More. Yeah. Yeah. It's actually beautiful, but it's not efficient.
Yeah.
So next. And there's some water, obviously. Next. Okay, so next. Okay, now that's going down from there, going west. So, okay, next. So you can see the creek really has nowhere to go, but right into that bank. I think that's Kettleman's, the old house there. That has the cement wall. So way back when they designed that, they did it right. They put in a cement wall there. And okay, next. And that's going farther. Next. Next. Okay, I think, okay, next. Yeah, and there's someone, you can see their deck or whatever right there. And the creek's going right there. Okay, next. There's another little storm drain. Well, it's a drain anyway. Okay, next. So now you see there's a big log there. A lot of stuff that needs to be cleaned up. That's almost down to that first bridge. I think it's blocked off or something.
That's by Zach Finch.
Finches, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so next. Yeah, there it is again. Yeah, next. So right there, now that I'm pretty sure those are two huge oak trees, and you see they're getting the bank, it's getting cut away. If they fall, they're so tall that they're going to reach really a house across the creek. And I don't know if the homeowner's insurance, I'm sure the insurer doesn't know, but they probably have to take those down. It'd be a shame if they did, but that they'll be coming down at some point, and that would be pretty bad. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We lost one and we don't know where it went. It was a big tree.
Maybe you weren't watering them enough and you just left.
No, it took the whole thing for the two.
Okay, next. Okay, there's a trailer park. Okay, next. Okay, so this is, look, yeah. Yeah. You're right next to that. Okay. Across the creek. But you see how close that trailer is.
Yeah.
And in the past, there's big cement slabs. They've tried to keep that from washing away in the past. So it'll be interesting to see what the biologists that come up and, what we're going to be allowed to, they're going to say we can do. But,
Was like a 10 by 10. And now it's, you see where the water starts, it just goes all the way back. It's just got
Yeah.
bigger and bigger. It's probably the size of an Olympic-sized pool, if not longer than that right now. I believe that this is the motor home that is in line with my house. And if it is, then you go back where that one motor home or mobile home is back there. And that's when Lisa, who had down by the bridge with big pipes, the night that we had the really bad flood, I could hear the tree that came and stuck up against there and had all this water backed up, and then it broke free. And it was so bad because it came running down there and it hit that spot and just went right into the mobile home. It doesn't affect me because I'm higher. So everybody on Eagle's fine, but it flooded out that whole area. And every year they have to put sandbags right there.
Wow.
Okay, next. Okay, next. That's taking a picture from the trailer park there. Next. Yeah, you can see it's just right there. No barrier either for the cars could go right over. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. Hasn't been cleaned. I don't know. Has it ever?
Well, I know it hasn't been cleaned in the last few years because there's been so much water down there.
Yeah.
And so it hasn't been cleaned out because they can't get anything down in there to clean it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Where it divides.
Yep. Yep.
And it's.
That's where we need to dig it out also.
Yeah.
Yeah, I walked down there, and saw that.
Now, people way back.
Okay, next. It's just another view. Next. Okay, now that's the other bridge. That's that old bridge and it's, yeah. Actually, it's kind of cool to walk there. It'd be neat. I don't know where it comes out on the other side if it was, oh, it is?
Really?
Okay. Well, I guess he wouldn't like that then, probably. I thought, oh, that's kind of neat little nature walk. But okay, so next. And then this is down, yeah, that's from the bridge, actually. So you can see the water. And I don't know how they can get in there and work the CDF. They're not, I thought it was 5 inches of water or something
Something like that, yeah.
that they couldn't. So I don't know what they're going to do about that. So, okay, next. That's just another one. Next. Yeah. Next. Okay, next. Yeah, just a bunch of next. See, it's pretty bad. Next. 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 Okay, this is, yeah, we've just pulled over there. Next. We're almost to the bridge. Yeah. Next.
Yes.
Okay, so there's the end. Now, from what Kenny says too, so when you cross we went down to Scully's, the mansion there, but the city is that's not city limits, but on the other side it is, right? Where the tertiary, the plant, and then the yard and everything. So on the right is the cities. So, okay, so there's just a few more. Next. Okay, that's that humongous oak. If we do the walk, we're definitely going to take them down there next Thursday. So that's probably a historical oak, probably 300 years old or something, you think?
Say you could get a hold of Jim Scully, he'll let you walk the whole side of you.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Yeah, I actually ran into him at Walmart, so I said I was coming. Okay, next. Okay, yeah, next. Next. So this is an area you walk up you're looking straight down at the edge there. Well, no, actually my feet. Next. There you go. And just it goes straight down. So it's moving the land down there. Next. Okay, that's another oak. Next. Just a good example of, the overgrowth. Next. Okay, next. Okay, that's that oak tree. Well, you can't, okay. Do you have that video on there, Jana? Okay, just go next. That's it? Okay. Well, Sam actually made a video of of that oak tree and all around it. So it's really interesting. It goes back about 15 feet underneath the oak tree, underneath the bank, and it's about 15 feet deep, he thinks. And it's full of water, of course, but that thing's coming down, and that caused some major backups in the creek and everything. So
Might be able to send that. Is it just a short video?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's less than a minute, I think. Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
It's interesting. He did a good job on it, but they seemed, when we met on the Zoom with them, they were really interested in saving the trees and maybe pushing the rock and everything back up underneath. And, they're not keen on removing stuff like rock from the creek unless it's going to cause some damage. So, but with a lot of the rock, I think we can move it to the bank and then reroute the creek. So anyway, sorry about that. That was
That's great.
pretty long-winded.
That was great.
That's it.
That's great.
Gave us a better idea. dealing with.
Yeah.
And did you take note of, I'm down by the bridge, of course, and now there's that landing there. And that was where they dumped riprap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now it's a piece of property,
Right.
And that was something that my brother was always concerned about because it altered the flow of the creek.
Mm-hmm.
And so on his side, then, it was on bad years, it was really doing some damage there. And I don't know if that can be addressed at all, but it's something to, a concern to note.
Right. And it's interesting because behind the city there, the yard there,
Mhm.
they did put riprap there. And we think that probably the water comes down and it pushes it over to the other side where that oak tree is. But I don't know if the city, did they get a permit and approval to do all that?
I think that was an emergency repair.
Oh, okay.
I do think it was an emergency, but it needed to be continued as far as dealing with
Right,
it.
because once you do that, it ricochets and then you have the problem. Then once you fix that, it's gonna ricochet again. So you gotta plan
Yeah.
where it's gonna hit.
Yeah.
But that's why the flow like to Sam's,
Mm-hmm.
I think, like I say, it does alter the flow and it increases the speed
Mm-hmm.
of the flow.
Yeah, something in the last 5 years has changed because that flow behind my house used to be on my side. Now it's on the opposite side.
Same with ours.
And it's just tearing that whole
Edge
bank
versus
apart.
side.
And like that, where the island is, you can tell that, I don't know, to me, it looks like you can see the changes.
Yeah. And you can predict, when you see the bank eroded, you can just look over and the other side's good and there's a big pile of rocks and it's diverting it. So, yeah.
Mhm.
Anywho,
So the number 3 is update on the creek cleaning, which we've just covered. And can we talk about future agenda items? Does anyone want to add an item to the agenda for our next meeting?
oh, real quick, I want to say thanks for the pictures and
Well,
everything.
then, are you Stacy? Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Appreciate that.
And then you'd mentioned something about someone who works at the rock plant or
Rock Creek, living in town with fireworks. And I know she talked about how they are willing to, I guess it's riprap,
Uh-huh.
gives that help with this problem. I haven't talked to her real recently, but I don't think it's changed. I know that she's willing to go back for us. And she's talked about how her bank is been slowly eroding away as well, so.
That's been brought up before where they would be willing to give us riprap, and we just have to figure out how to truck it down there.
Yeah.
okay, awesome.
Because the biggest expense is that rock, and we're surrounded by rock quarries.
Yeah.
And they're willing to help us, which is great.
Good.
Yeah, that would be nice.
All that water is, there is on side where the thing park is. There is access to that side where there is dry, it's just all together.
Mhm.
So they can get back there. That's one of the things that Ivan has
Mhm.
helped with. But, at least on that side. And I would love to be able to do stuff on mine, but it's like a 30-foot drop. Straight down in there, it's always.
Yeah.
Very on that, but
I think where they went in when the CDF or whatever crew went in, remember, down there halfway down where they took that masticator in there and all that.
Yeah.
That's where Lou went in that time.
Right.
So I think we could go down all the way to the trailer park, at least down to where the water is, right now. So,
in there too, for them, you have to be a lot with the super, that thing that pushes on an eagle. You can go through there and there's not as much stuff where they can drive stuff in there. So it's not just on the side of the.
There's about 6 access points, and what I'll do is I'll get you guys a big Google map of the
Mhm.
creek, and we'll put it up every meeting, and we can identify every place to get into it. Because the state Doug knows how to get into most of it, but like Caltrans, when they went to fix the bridge, had no clue how to get in the creek. So they brought a big crane in and I told them, you need a crane. There's actually a ramp. So we'll point all that out too.
Okay. Now, if that company is willing to donate, the rock and stuff that we need, is that an issue with the city or someone else would be mad that
Oh, I'm sure
they
someone
didn't think
will
of
be,
it or
but it'll be all right.
did it or something, how it goes.
Would you like to
Just one.
talk about what we just did?
Yes.
Would that behoove us to talk about?
Yeah, use a microphone so people
will.
can hear you.
My husband and I live about midway on the creek, on Spring Creek. And over, not last year, the year before, it took down a huge tree and most of our bank. We were the second or third home built on Spring Creek, and we've been there the whole time. And we've watched a little bit of erosion each and every year. Our property line used to slope down to the center of the creek. As of last year, we had 12 inches off our fence. That's how much eroded. We had to do something and nothing was happening. I came to some creek meetings and there was a fishing game is involved and everything else. And there were so many loopholes. Well, there was a barn that burnt down, on Highway 88. I think most of you know that. They had some flooring, concrete flooring that they chopped up. And some parts of it were 24 inches deep, this broken rock. We paid a crew, the rancher gave us the rock for free, and we paid a crew $16,000 and we went ahead and dumped it on our bank. We had to do something because otherwise the water was going to be in our home. So, and I had a discussion with Stacy about it as well. It was a lot of money, but at least our home is going to remain there. So it was very, very scary.
I'd like to say something that shouldn't.
That's one thing when you're done with an item, you should always ask for public comment after it.
Oh, public
But,
comment.
No, no, it's not you. It's the chair supposed to do that.
I really like to inform you people that this man there has read the Annex B of the city of Ione. That says in there that the county has not mitigated any money for the downstream of any of these cities. Downstream, and you got, I don't know if you know if they're working on the one in Sutter Creek, the 760 homes there. They're also working on one on over by Walmart, which won't come down our drainage, but they should be adding money onto these houses so they can help pay for cleaning this creek up down here for us instead of the city having to pay for everything. And if you kind of look at the last 40 years that have been built, everything is above Jackson and Sutter Creek. It's on the east side over there. There's more population and more houses been built. And Sutter Creek has something like 64 square miles of drainage in it, the biggest drainage in any creek in this county. And they haven't mitigated anything for this. They dump all that water down here and Sutter Creek and us have to fit the bill. I just think that should be mitigated to the county and the county should do something about it. And I think now's the time to try and get it done. Thank you.
I agree.
Good idea.
I think we should form a fact-finding committee.
I'll help.
So who would like to go talk to the county? Anyone here?
Shay and I can go talk to him.
Well, thank you for volunteering me.
Not a problem. That's why you're on this committee.
Paybacks.
That's my buddy. I'll invite her.
Thank you, Mrs. Vice Chairman.
I'll bring up something. If you guys need anything, like I said, I'll get you guys a big Google map. We'll get you a laser, Don, so you can point. I'm going to see if I can talk to the chief of police to set up a link to the city's website where we can start putting all your documents, all your permits, everything on something so you can get on the internet anywhere and click on it and do research. And we'll get the engineering information that we paid a ton of money for.
Yeah.
We'll get it from him and we'll put that on there. You do have it? Okay. And then, Yeah, we can upload all kinds of documents and just put it on a link. That way you guys ain't digging through paper all the time. And I think the chief
Great.
would make that happen. So my 2 cents.
And I think,
Thank you.
I think it was you when we were on the Creek Committee before. No, I think,
Me?
yeah,
Jake.
yeah, sorry, no, that, you brought up about grants or something.
Oh, me?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Well, that's,
yeah.
yeah, there's
Sorry, I know you have a name, but
Arlene.
I thought you were looking right at me.
It's, remember I called him by his brother's name 3 times, so it's
Yeah.
perfectly okay.
And I didn't swing at her, so that,
That one committee I did bring, because I looked up some grants that are available. And I mean, there's, the one I looked at is major. I mean, it's $1 million. And, you know, what you do, and people say, well, we don't have people to handle. Well, what you do is you write the grant writer into the grant. And you find somebody who is, you know, an expert and who does this for a living and who has some knowledge of this kind of project. And then you pay them well to develop a grant like that. And I can't remember now. I have it at home somewhere, or it might be in here. Actually, I should look. But there are grants available and major like that. I mean, that if you decide what you want to do, like I said, that's what you do. Is you find a really good grant writer, you tell them, write yourself in for whatever you need, you know, to get this project done and to manage this project and to continue to the end, you know, and stay with us and get this done. And like I say, there's money out there. I can look up some other stuff. That was what, 3 years ago or something that I looked at that. But I've done grants before, but I mean, not big time like this. I've written a $100,000 grant, but within a program, not just on its own. But I mean, it's one of those, you just have to study the material and get things right. But, you know, that's why I think we need to decide like the big picture, what needs to be done on the big picture, not just, you know, I know my house or your house or, you know, but overall, what needs to be done to make this work and work for the whole community, you know, and for a long time down the road, not just quick fixes.
right. And Debbie Mackey, is that her name? Kenny's wife, Debbie?
Yeah.
She got the grant for out at Howard Park. And so she's someone that could maybe help us with a grant because
Yeah,
she did-
well, the only reason I
Yeah.
say get a grant writer is because that's what they do for a living.
yeah,
And so when they find if there's a big grant and they look at it, they think, well, gosh, I can make, you know, 6 months salary if I write this. And that's what you want, in my opinion, because then there are people that understand the process. And the process is the hardest part. It's not, you know, anyway, but there's always particulars that have to do with any grant and things that you can do and can't do and you have to do and you can't, you know, and so all of that information to anybody that writes grants on a regular basis is like the ABCs of what they do. So that's the only reason I suggest that. And I think we can find some things that would be big money if we just put together a project that deals with everything we see, you know, and how it needs to be addressed. Because like I say, that place, the island, I was pretty surprised when I walked down there and I'm going, well, obviously we've got changes here. You know, when it carves out an island in the middle of the creek, then you know that something's changed pretty dramatically, you know. And then, like you say, the trees that are hanging and so, you know, those things do need to be addressed. And I think it would be for the good of our whole community to do that.
Well, I think I have a copy of that. I found that at home,
Oh.
like riparian stream bed or something. Yeah.
Yes,
So, we should bring that up. Or are you going to try to be there, next Thursday to walk with the?
Oh, yes. Oh,
Okay.
for sure.
So we should bring that up to them. Maybe they can guide us too. The,
If they
Fish and
know.
Wildlife. Yeah. See what they think and, but then I think that you should, continue your quest. I think you'd be a good grant writer.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not sure. I think it's right here though. And then we're gonna take them from here down. We'll go down to the dairy hole and show them there. We don't have to walk from there to the bridge. That's all clean now. But, yeah. I know. Sure.
Okay. Is,
Oh,
do we have any more public comment?
I admit, this is just, that's not that very, somewhat safe, I don't know if that matters, but there are boys in this area that are willing to work. That I can get a hold of, that might be able to go in and do some too, if that would be something doable.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just tell me, you like to work, and I know my goodness.
That's great.
You
don't know.
Sure.
There's this-
That's. There's a, I wouldn't find more of that if I can get down there.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, hopefully we're gonna get the CAL FIRE crew down here to do most of this, and I don't think they would want civilians in there. I don't know what you call
Around
them.
the
Yeah,
rules.
I
Yeah, they've got restrictions too.
we did it in the past before we could get CAL FIRE there. We had a bunch of volunteers with chainsaws and did a great job, but it's better to leave it to CAL FIRE when we can get them. And then maybe, but the boys, there could be some projects maybe for people that need weed eating around their house that can't do it, things
Yeah,
like that.
There's
Going
quite
down
a
the
few
creek.
elderly that can't get to so they come in and they clean out the creek, but they're not cleaning out all the way up the sides. Right? So there probably is some people that could use that, definitely could use that kind of help where, just cleaning out some of that brush that's getting up into their yards that's, I think that
That'd be a
would
great thing.
Well, and all the high school kids need community service for graduation now, and we can certainly provide them with that, with a letter and.
We could have used it back in the day when we had some property out there. Now it's like this.
But we always have to have them sign a liability form because they're doing on behalf of us. So we have to make sure, remember we had to do all those, Stacy?
Yeah, we have all that still.
Yeah, I think I still have
You
a
have to have,
bunch of them too.
make sure that, yeah.
Yeah.
But like I say, for kids like that though, they could come out in one day. They could get all their hours and, get dirty once and get all their hours in and
Make sure they know how to use a weed eater though.
we, and we thank them greatly. Although I don't know, if you know people, that's the most important part. When I was on homecoming committee, we sent letters out to the high schools and letting them know that we would give, frankly, we had one girl show.
Yeah.
She was outstanding. She worked her tail off. We gave her money even afterwards but I don't know if they don't understand, what we needed them to do or be more specific. But like I say, certainly if we had a bunch of boys that needed something to do and get their community service, we could put them to work and provide.
Use
that.
Facebook, social media is a way to get to
Mhm.
young people and we can reach out on Facebook. In fact, I don't know if anyone on here would like to volunteer to make a Facebook page for our Creek Committee and we could post everything we do aside from what,
I would not. know.
Beware.
okay, well, anyway, I think that would be a good idea though,
yes.
Yeah,
so that the city sees what's going on and then maybe more volunteers as well.
Yeah. That'd have to be a no comment because,
Beyond my technology.
I'll look into that
Okay,
and have some
Yeah.
answers by next Thursday.
perfect.
So then when you're done, then you ask for a motion
Yeah,
to
I'm, can we get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Second that.
Got it first.
Yeah.
Oh,
I move that we adjourn the meeting.
I second that.
In favor, say aye.
All in favor, say aye.
I
Meeting's adjourned.
That's it.
Thank you.
It's painless.
Yeah.
Love, exciting and new.
Stacy.
Stacy's an old pro at this.
Stacy.
Oh,
I asked
so
something.
somebody told me, or Larry said at the end regarding the creek.
Artesian well on the Preston property, and that's why
There's
the
some
water's
money
always
on the creek maintenance.
Yeah.